Like, I don't know why I was thinking about this the other day, but like, how come you never see scenes of like Spider-Man having to save like three fat chicks?
Bro, where did that come
from? Because I mean, they're always like the skinniest little dames, or like a child, or like one grown man. It's like
because it's the same thing as like with the music industry in most situations, or like entertainment and stuff. Like people like to push a certain type of image, or like when it comes to modeling, it's because of like how people view shit. They won't consider it perfect, or they won't take it seriously enough unless somebody looks a certain type of way.
That's fucked up. So
it is.
Only attractive people are worth saving.
Exactly. That's how they look at that shit. Like, hold on, bro. You a fat motherfucker with no teeth and a bad back, and you talk like an idiot. No, I don't think you. I don't think you're gonna make the comics here, sir.
Yeah, the nappy-headed black kid in FUBU, he didn't make it. I couldn't save him.
Unless it's like one of those like woke moment comics where it's like, oh yeah, the fat gay black person.
They're wearing overalls and a rainbow shirt.
They're gonna go ahead and paint that picture for you, because that makes a ton of sense. Like, everybody can respect it, but like, don't force it down people's throats in a weird way to make yourself feel good. That's not respect. First three. So.
A fire blasting fighting chicken? My God!
Come on.
And he's like 8 feet tall.
Yep. But I do have to say, my two favorite Pokemon of all time, Rayquaza and then Lucario, and then Blaziken.
Lucario has the hardest design of Pokemon history. I don't think that can be debated.
I swear. Bro, it's cold, because like when people talk about aura farming these days, that man Lucario is the king of aura, quite literally.
The second Lucario, no, because he starts as Riolu. The second he evolves from Riolu, it is just nonstop drip. Yes, nonstop aura.
Every time you see this Pokemon in the anime, the video game, you just look cold as fuck. I'm telling you. And then he always has his signature move, Aura Sphere.
That's perfect,
bro.
Lucario low-key could have his own game.
For real. And I will play it.
Yeah. Like
repeatedly.
Like a single story player. Like, yeah. Like, that would go hard as hell.
You ever play Smash Bros?
I'm not good at it, but yeah.
But, like, Lucario's on like, the Smash Bros Ultimate.
He's his own character. Bro. Like, not trainer.
Yes.
He's not one of three. He's his own.
His own fucking entity.
Like, I mean, he is up there. There's an alternate universe where Lucario is the face of Pokemon and not Pikachu.
Yes. And I'm here for it. That's an
absolute fact. I want to see that.
Yeah, more so because like, if you ask a lot of black people from like when they were younger, like which anime they would watch, probably about 90% of them would either say Dragon Ball Z or Naruto.
Yep. It
just hands down.
That both of those answers are 100% correct. It just depends on the age of the person you're talking to.
And it's not even like you can just sit here and say like, oh, hey, did anybody ever watch anime? It's just like you could walk up to a black person specifically and ask them if they heard of Dragon Ball Z, and they were more than likely say that they've heard of it. Watched it.
Heard of it, played it, have done like mimed the Kamehameha, have done the fusion dance with their cousin, you know what I mean?
Especially the game, like, what you said, played it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Budokai Tenkaichi era? Sheesh.
I mean, that's still, I was going to say that's probably one of the most popular fighting games, but it kind of is. It's mid.
I mean, like, when you look at it when it came out.
But in popularity, I was going to say, there's still, like, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. Okay, let me shut
it's
up.
Up there.
It's up there. It's up there.
So, I'm going to put it like this, because I want to do a little ranking. In my opinion, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and then, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Street Fighter. Then I would say the Dragon Ball Z games. Like, any of those fighting games. And then maybe Marvel vs. Capcom or something like that.
A picky selection of Dragon Ball games. There are some absolute duds.
There are some trash.
There are some duds out there.
I would say like Budokai Tenkaichi 2, 3, and then also like Z Fighters. Those are like goated.
Yes.
Those are goated games.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of like Xenoverse
Xenoverse was trash.
Yeah.
Whichever one had the Time Patrol in it. That's the thing. That's the thing. Me and my dad love making fun of. Time Patrol. Yeah, that was a slept on gem in the Dragon Ball lineup. Burst Limit.
Burst
Limit. Even I kind of trash on Burst Limit because it only covers up to the Cell Saga.
Yeah.
It does the Cell Saga, and then it just does there's just one Broly fight at the end. And then it does nothing else. And that game could have been amazing.
Yeah,
Burst Limit is dope. Kakarot is my shit too.
You ever played Jump Force? It's not about the destination. It's about the journey.
What really matters is Slurpees.
Trip to Speedway, you said?
Not Speedway, 7-Eleven. I said Slurpees.
Hey, listen, man. A Slurpee is a Slurpee.
No, yes, and it's not a Freezy or whatever.
No, they call them Slurpees too.
At Speedway?
I know a lot of people who will say, "Hey, I'm gonna go get me a Slurpee from Speedway." I promise you.
Pretty sure it's called a Speedy Freeze.
No, I don't ever call it a Speedy Freeze ever.
Well, saying it's the same as a Slurpee is like saying Powerade and Gatorade are the same thing.
All right, that's completely different.
No, it's the exact same conversation.
Those are mainstream brands that people have like a split decision on. Like, hey, I'm either gonna get a Powerade or I'm getting a fucking Gatorade. If I say I'm gonna go get a frozen drink like a Slurpee, I may say I'm going to go get a Slurpee from Speedway or I'm getting a Slurpee from 7-Eleven. It's going to be a fucking Slurpee.
Well, that's just like a grammatical or what's the word? So that's a semantical issue. I mean, just the actual element of the products here. The difference between a Slurpee and a Speedway,
what's the difference?
Unquote Slurpee.
Tell me
the difference between Powerade and Gatorade.
I need you to articulate here what the difference is between a Slurpee at 7-Eleven and a Speedway Freeze.
They are what's the word? They are completely different compounds.
What compound? Like what?
It's
what
a different ratio of like ice and slush.
Oh my gosh!
It is.
I don't agree to that.
There's better flavoring in the Slurpee machine.
What? They're the same thing.
It might even be the machine. To be honest with you, it
might be the machine. It could be the machine.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, so maybe not necessarily like it just lacks a chemical or something, like that, but like.
I mean,
there's a better treatment within the Slurpee machine than the free. Attack on Titan is meat Gundams.
Yes. Those are what we said, meat mechs.
Yeah. Meaty suit Gundams.
Meaty suit Gundam.
They should do a collaboration with like they should do a collaboration with like the people who make Fleshlight.
Bro, stop.
So that they can have like those kits where you put together your Gundam, but you're putting together a Titan.
Bro, I hate
piece by piece.
I hate you, bro. Someone please arrest this man.
No, that's a good idea.
No. I don't need to be watching a fucking Titan eating my junk.
You don't want to pose a little colossal Titan on your
hell no.
Dresser? What? So matchup number 2 is the Rising of the Shield Hero versus Sword Art Online. I just kind of realized that's slightly clever of me to do the sword versus the shield.
That was clever.
Rising of the Shield Hero. Give me a brief synopsis on that.
All right, so the Rising of the Shield Hero is about these 4 different characters from different versions of Earth being summoned into this other world. It's an isekai, where they all are given an ability tied to a type of weapon. One being a bow hero, one being a spear hero and the other one a sword hero, and obviously the main protagonist, which is the shield hero. Everybody despises the shield hero. The shield hero was painted in a very bad light for a long time. So like when he was given this ability, everybody was just like, oh, he's a shit hero. We don't really need him. We just need the other 3 heroes, whatever. So he starts off his adventure by getting betrayed by the main kingdom and the main princess. And she's claiming that, he assaulted him and all this other stuff. And, you kind of go on this adventure with him on how he tries to not only like kind of redeem who he is, but also kind of him like not giving a fuck about the rest of the world until he slowly starts learning the secrets of how everything works and why he was summoned to begin with and how his powers work. And I guess like it's one of those like revenge stories I was kind of talking about earlier on in the podcast that I really love, man, because this was definitely a big revenge story starting off. He got betrayed from the very beginning, and he definitely got his revenge later on.
You say revenge. Are you talking like that redo of Healer style of revenge? Or?
No, man. Redo of Healer was so graphic, it's not even funny. Like, that was a twisted show.
I've seen little clips of it. I do plan
I watched it.
Yeah, I want to actually sit down. All right, so Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online is about a main character.
It's about a main character.
Sorry, I did not mean to word it like that. It's about a main character.
It's about the main character. There's a setting and there's a cast.
There's a place and a thing.
There's an antagonist. Action. He's kind of an asshole.
He's kind of a dick.
He's up to no good, I promise you.
Yeah, he's definitely the opposite of the protagonist.
At some point, I think there's even like a girl who likes him or something.
No, but it's about the main character Kirito, who is really big into VR games. And this new game that comes out, which is obviously Sword Art Online, he goes into his game set, which is called Nerve Gear, and he gets trapped in this game, like the rest of the gamers in the world who are also playing this game. And over some years, it takes years, I'm saying, that they are trapped in this game where everything, like all the sensations kind of feel real. You can feel like pain and, like the sensation of eating, all that shit. The main goal of the game is to make it all the way to the last stage and beat the last boss. And that is the only way to free everybody from said game. And Kirito kind of like battles with, other players and even players that are player killers.
I'm getting Log Horizon vibes.
Dude, it's a really good anime, I'm telling you. And in this game, like obviously like your body isn't getting the same type of injuries in real life, but if you die in the game, you die in real life. Like you will be brain dead and there's no reviving that.
That's read the fine print on those. Next matchup, the aforementioned
Yu Yu Hakusho. Already explained that.
Versus Cowboy Bebop.
Yu Yu Hakusho, like I explained in the first episode, but pretty much this is about Yusuke Urameshi. After he dies, he makes a deal with kind of like the spirit detectives of the afterlife, and he becomes a spirit detective himself, fighting against evil entities and other spirits and demons. And he obviously doesn't do it completely alone, and eventually he builds his own team, and the show is just fucking amazing. And you get to this point where there's like these big fighting tournaments, and it all becomes about who's the strongest. You want to talk about a real shonen, there's a power scaling here in this that's pretty good too. Every demon has like a rank system as well, like showing like how strong some of them are. It's pretty good action.
Is that the show that uses Nen?
No, that would be Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I've heard of Nen being used.
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop. Oh, was there more to Hakusho?
No. I was about to talk about Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
It's a show about bounty hunters.
What? I want to try.
Go ahead, man.
I think Cowboy Bebop is about a guy who is like a shitty bounty hunter, or not a shitty bounty hunter, just a broke bounty hunter.
He's really good at what he does, but he's really lazy about getting better jobs and stacking up money.
I'm assuming how the show pans out is like, essentially he's a level 60 bounty hunter, only taking these level 10 missions. Then at some point he gets himself into like level 70.
Well, because like his skill level, the reason why he's so cold at what he does is because he used to belong to an evil organization back in the day, and he got screwed over. Mm-hmm. So now he's like kind of not necessarily like on the run, but just like is trying to lay low, sort of thing. So I mean, like he's kind of just not too far off from what you're saying. Just like there's like the back history of like what he used to do and like who he used to work for.
I'm assuming he only works for money, but gets put in a lot of positions where he's not getting paid.
Exactly. So like he just tries to go on a mission, and the next thing you know, he's like fucking saving the person he was put out to kill.
Toots, I didn't know this was your story. Come on, I'm getting you out of here.
Right.
Code Geass versus Tokyo Ghoul. You said Code Geass has
mechs in it.
Tokyo Ghoul. I want to say
Code Geass is like it's sci-fi meets fantasy. Because there are mechs, and then there's also like, superpowers in this too.
What? So Code Geass. I mean, other than like mechs, just give me a brief understanding of the conflict.
All right, so Code Geass is about this empire, kind of like, I guess you could say, they're waging war against this resistance, trying to spread their influence across the world. And the main character is a prince. He's like the 32nd prince, like long line of royalty. There's so many other siblings that he has that are higher up on the heir totem pole, like becoming the next king, you could say. And in this world, like,
I just can't wait to be king.
So he's like a super smart, like very strategic character. So he plays a lot of head games, which is really good in some of these animes. Like, I do love like that psychological shit.
I love that type of character.
Yeah, and he has an ability. He's not like physically strong. He's not a fighter or anything, but he has obviously his mind, but he also is given an ability from this kind of immortal woman, where he's able to kind of like mind control people, basically. So like his ability only works on a person once. Like once he gives somebody a demand, it won't ever work on, like his power won't ever work on them again. He can't use his ability again on them. And how it works is like he has this symbol that lights up in his eye. Mm-hmm. So when he activates his power, the symbol lights up. And like the more he uses his powers, the stronger they get. And eventually also like the symbols stay in their eyes. Like you can't ever like turn it off at some point.
Like a Sharingan.
Yeah. So like he'll use his like eventually like he has to start using contacts to like kind of hide his real eye. But he'll make somebody like look into his eye, and then he'll give them like a demand, like, hey, take that gun to your head and shoot yourself. Like he does shit like that. Like that's how he gets out of here. Yeah. Throw that ass in a circle. And so how people fight in this world, like some people are like physically like they're soldiers and they're trained in like certain, martial arts and swordsmanship. But a lot of people use like mechs to wage war. So that's where you see the mech aspect coming into it. And his main goal pretty much at first was survival for him and his sister, who has a some type of defect. Like I want to say she was like paralyzed from the waist down. and she's also blind. She's crazy, but she's like the nicest character you ever meet. It goes from like their survival to him wanting to take over the world and take everything from the king. And the reason why is because he hates the fucking king, who was his father. Because I want to say like from his memory, his father killed his mother. Now I'm not gonna say anything more than that because you'll learn a lot of shit. There's a lot of twists in this show, but he uses his abilities and his smarts to kind of take over the world from his father while using a secret alias. So yeah, he hides behind a mask and he starts that whole the revolution army that's like fighting against the kingdom. He actually controls them while also being a part of the kingdom, and he makes everybody kind of like think that there's some other organization. And his character, I want to say his character's like called Zero or something, and he just becomes this big mastermind. It's so fucking crazy. And have you watched Tokyo Ghoul before?
I feel like I gave it a try and gave up, but I'm not sure.
Tokyo Ghoul is pretty good too. That's another one of those like real serious kind of twisted shows. Like you see some fucked up shit in this too.
Actually, no, I don't think I gave Tokyo Ghoul a try. I think I gave, but that'll be the tournament, the bracket.
Yep.
All that, I'm going to go through it one more time, but
we definitely got offline on a lot of that shit. Off topic.
You know what? Who cares? It'll get better.
Oh, yeah.
So match number 1, Kill La Kill versus Ghost in the Shell. Following that will be Soul Eater versus Blood Sea. And then Sailor Moon versus Ikitosen. Mm-hmm. And then Claymore versus Violet Evergarden. That's the female side of the bracket, the female lead protagonist. If I had to take a wild guess based on my own knowledge of my own tastes, I feel like the semifinal is gonna be between Ikitosen and Kill La Kill. I don't know what, but it's. I feel like those two are gonna go the farthest on the female side.
I can agree.
On the male side, we got Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood versus Bleach, and then The Rising of the Shield Hero versus Sword Art Online. Mm-hmm. Yu Yu Hakusho versus Cowboy Bebop, and Code Geass versus Tokyo Ghoul. Da-da-da-da.
I feel like my guess is gonna be maybe like Code Geass and maybe Bleach, maybe Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, I feel like if a good enough fight is in the beginning of Full Metal, that might take.
It's really not. I mean, I'm not saying like it's not good. Like, it's not nothing crazy compared to like, Bleach gets right after it, right away, and same thing with like Code Geass. Code Geass from
the jump.
Yeah, from the jump.
The way I'm gonna be doing this is, man, I think every week. How should I do this? See, because I think I can do one round a week and then one round a weekend.
Yeah.
Like, I think at home I could probably do the first round on the male side and then probably have people over to watch the female side of stuff.
You can definitely do that.
That's probably how I'm going to do it. So, for instance, in the first round on the male side, Full Metal Alchemist versus Bleach, I'm going to watch 2 episodes of both of those shows, and whichever wins my fancy of those 4 episodes I watch is moving up. Same thing on the below brackets. That's how they move up, is on 2 episode increments. If you don't like it, watch the show yourself.
Right. Let's be fully honest here, because like all this, like what we rank everything as, and like who we compete with, like these are our like sole opinions here. We're not saying that somebody is more right than the other. So if y'all got a different opinion, I mean, that's y'all opinion. That's it.
Yeah.
Not saying that you're wrong. We're not saying that we're wrong.
I definitely don't have superior tastes. I've over 600 hours in Helldivers. That's the only game I play.
He's not lying to y'all.
Dude, I have from Spider-Man PS4, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2, I have probably about 500 hours of Spider-Man gameplay.
Good Lord.
I always say that at work. Like, if we all instantaneously got Superman or Spider-Man powers, I would blitz all of you in a race. It wouldn't even be close. Even with the momentum of my fat body, I would make that shit work.
Shut the fuck up.
Bro, the gap would be at least 12 seconds across the finish line. But yeah, that's enough of my madness and a couple sprinkles of Joe's madness. I'm going to end the podcast abruptly. Well, I mean, okay, I'll tell you what. It's going to sound like I'm ending the podcast, but